We are live. Welcome. Here we are. Boo. Everyone boo
Unprofessional.
Rob. Boo Rob. Boo Rob.
Boo.
Boo. We are live for the West Coast Draft Podcast. Everyone, please settle down. It's okay. Me and Daniel are back. It's not just Rob. It's okay. We're back. We got a fun episode today, boys. We got a fun episode. We're gonna be doing the all-division teams this week. We will be going through every division, going through debating. I'm sure there's gonna be some that are pretty obvious. But some of them won't be. We're gonna debate those. We're gonna put together these all-division teams and we're gonna have fun with it. Or we won't have fun with it because Chicago Bears are obviously the powerhouse of the NFC North, and
Yep,
that's
Powerhouse of the
what's
cell.
that's
yeah,
true.
a powerhouse to sell. They're the
They're the
mitochondria of the
mitochondria.
NFC North. So, um,
Very true, boys.
um,
That's a
so what
good
we're
new.
gonna
That's a
do?
good new one.
Mitochondria of the NFC North. Hell yeah, hell yeah. So, um,
Honestly, I think we should have stretched out each division for each episode. Pad the content, baby.
yeah, but some of them would only take like 20 minutes to debate is the problem,
That's
and
good.
that's not a full episode. That's not a full episode. So,
You
here
just
we
sidetrack
go.
enough, and then we make it an hour 20.
That's the
That is
way.
true.
That's the way.
That's very possible. That is very possible. But
I'll
not
do it
today,
again.
boys. Not today, boys.
They'll all
We're going
suffer.
all AFC later this week. Later this week, we're gonna go all NFC.
They'll
It's
also
gonna be
gonna listen to
fun.
my request for gunners, long snappers, placeholders, DMs, special
Okay,
teams
GM's
coaches.
GM's low key would have been a good addition, actually. I'm not gonna lie. GM's probably would have been a good addition.
Daniel get his ass for keeping Brad Holmes
Brad
around.
Holmes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
exactly. I want to put Brad Holmes on the NFC North team.
We
Actually,
can
wait, no, never mind. It'd be Ryan Poles because it's all Bears. Ryan,
Yeah, that's true.
Ryan Poles did create.
We
He
can
did
throw
create top
GMs in. We can throw GMs in if you guys can sidetrack long enough for me to type them all out.
Yeah, let's do it.
You want it? All
That's the
right,
name
let's
of my
go.
game.
So
Here we go.
while
Wait,
Bo's typing in the GM slot, I would like to personally congratulate the Edmonton Oilers on going to the Western Conference Final and getting a series with the Dallas Stars and beating the Vancouver Canucks in a very hard-fought 7-game series. Credit Rick Tocchet on the Vancouver side for being a solid coach. I hope that Brock Besser gets better. Blood clotting is no joke. It's a really severe injury, and he's had a lot of struggles with that and heart problems the past few years. So I wish him well on his recovery. But for now, as well, go Oilers.
you wish him L as well.
Beat the Stars.
Watch the Stars choke again in the conference semis.
I got a couple good friends who are Dallas Stars fans. So that'll be some interesting trash talk there for the series.
Mm. Shout out Randy. Shout out Randy.
Shout out Randy.
Scarborough.
Shout out my
I don't
other friend
remember his
Kristen,
last name.
also big Stars fan.
I don't remember his last name. Some fan you are, Rob.
I remembered it in a second. Come on. Hey. Shout out to Randy for being the only one who wanted to sneak into the expansion. And we did it. We were there.
Wait, sneak into what?
We snuck
The
into
expansion
the
draft.
Kraken expansion draft.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
It was a blast. Look, I still have. Look at this.
Dude, I love it. That's great. You got to do the same
I
for the.
paid. I
Actually,
paid way
wait.
too
What am I
much.
saying? Utah's not an expansion team. They already have the
Yeah.
Coyotes players. Bo, how
Do you
does it
think
feel
they
that your team moved to
wish?
Utah?
My team. I've never been a Coyotes fan,
You're the
and I never
biggest
will be.
Coyotes fan. Come on.
Yeah, dude. What did Instagram say? Instagram says you're a Coyotes fan.
Oh, that's true. That is true. I am getting a bunch of Coyote stuff. Been recommended for me for a while now. A concerningly long
Does
period
anyone
of time,
in Arizona
actually.
give a fuck about Coyotes?
No, they do not. I can assure you they do not.
There's a few diehard Coyotes fans out there, boys.
Honestly, fuck you, Bettman, for trying to make that shit work so long rather than give us a team way
Bro,
early.
come on, man.
What?
I mean, I agree with the general argument until you said without giving Seattle a team. Like, bro, come on, man.
Seattle's a hockey town, dog.
Bro, I get that, but there's other cities that could use a team as well. What about the Nordiques in Quebec City? What about
What
Hartford?
about Hartford?
What
Yeah,
about
Hartford.
Houston? What about freaking
one,
Milwaukee? Wisconsin.
yeah, what about them? I don't care.
So biased. It's all Seattle
think that's
all the time, bro. The Kraken are the greatest team.
no.
The
I've been
Stars,
very clear that we suck. I think that's a fair argument. I think Seattle's a much bigger market than Hartford, than Quebec City, than Milwaukee.
bro. The Quebec City Nordiques they used to be a team.
I know,
They were a
media
historic
market.
team.
They left though for a reason because it's
So they
Quebec
can come
City.
back. You know, they built an arena in Quebec City over 10 years ago, anticipating a Nordiques return.
L.
Well, a little bit, but still.
I mean that's the Alamo Dome, right? It's just gonna rot. That's what the whole Alamo Dome is. They never got a team, and now it's super outdated and sucks.
You know, Rob joking and be like, the Seattle Kraken are the greatest team. The
I have
President's
not said that
Trophy-winning
at
New York
all, and
Rangers, absolute
I'm very
garbage.
clearly
They're
critical.
not in
I
Seattle.
think it's a fair argument. That 2021 was a pretty long wait for a team that's pretty.
I know. Yeah.
Accepted
No,
hockey pretty openly for us. It never
Seattle
really
did
got
it.
accepted in Atlanta, in Arizona. I think that's a fair argument.
Seattle
My
did have the
bias.
Metropolitans way back in the 1910s.
Hey, we got a cup. We got a Stanley Cup.
That's true. That's very true.
We raised. This is a funny move, but we rose a banner for the 1917 Stanley Cup on the first Kraken game. We rose the banner.
I love that. That's actually really
It's a
cool.
great move. And
But you're right though.
classic.
Like, it is a hockey city. I just like messing with you.
No, I know it's fair. I mean, the Winter Classic jersey is inspired by the whole Kraken S is inspired by the Metropolitans had an S.
It's just a good logo, man.
I like it a lot. I remember I watched the whole live stream in 2020 July. It was like an 8-hour live stream. I was soaking up every detail. I remember I got chills when I saw like the S. I was like, okay, that's a bit lame. And then they had the tentacle crawl up it. I was like,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Because it was just the blue S. I had the flag right over there.
Mhm.
And then the eye blink. It's like that'll work. That's pretty good.
You know how the Giants got their new jerseys recently? They remind me so much of the Montreal Canadiens jerseys.
That's a good one. Yeah.
People have been saying that online and making the comparison, and I can't unsee it now. They literally
Honestly,
copied the Canadians.
I think those Giants jerseys would look so much better without the brown pants. If you went just like a white pants with those, I think they look a lot better.
I saw this meme. It was a picture of Daniel Jones in the new unis, and the caption was, "I haven't seen a picture with less aura."
Like Daniel Jones has got a weird look on his face. He always does. Is this his face?
There was another one that was like, Daniel Jones looks like he would play like a character, like he'd play the role of like a high school football quarterback in some Disney show.
He would. He would. Well, you see that thing I sent today of Malik Neighbors kind of hating on the jersey.
Wait, when did he do that?
I think it was at the rookie showcase.
Mhm.
And someone interviewed him. It's like, I guess I'll make it work. I think I sent it in.
You did. Yeah, it was. If anyone can swag in it, it's me, is what he said. Quoting.
I think they're
Mr.
gonna.
Neighbors.
I've been a hater, and I could twist that to be like, oh, they're gonna regret taking him over Rome. But like, honestly, those jerseys do suck.
Oh, absolutely, they do.
They'd be so much better without the brown pants. I think the brown pants. We know this as Husky fans. That kind of family of colors just doesn't show up good on TV's pants. It just doesn't.
No, it can. It's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game.
Would like to also give a quick shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves on going to the Western Conference Final for the first time in 20 years.
Came back from a 20-point second half deficit too. It's crazy.
Dude, they had some good games in that series.
Shout out Husky, Jaden McDaniels.
Jamie
Yeah,
Dan,
Jake McDaniels had a
dog.
great game.
He's a dog, bro. Already one of the
Literally.
best defensive wings in the league.
Mhm.
It's literally a dog.
How did we not make him work at UW? Come on, Hoff. Like, he made Bible great. And he can't do
He
that
did
with,
make Thibault great. That is true. I guess
and
he
he couldn't
just
do
he
that
just
with
had his
McDaniels.
style. He can do that with anyone. We had talent. We've had talent the past couple of years. Just couldn't ever make it work. It felt like
Isaiah. Yeah,
Isaiah Stewart, another one.
Pistons look
Yeah.
great.
You know, it's kind of sad that Isaiah Stewart is now mostly known for charging after LeBron that one game.
He was right to do it though. That's the thing.
But the fact
No,
that
he
that
was
sums up our
saving a little
consistent
girl
era.
who was stuck in traffic. That's what TikTok said.
Shout out to the Mavericks for continuing the Sonics curse. That gave me a fun time on social media.
There we go, boys.
It's always great to crack one open when the OKC Thunder get eliminated.
That's true. That is a good point. Pray the Sonics come back.
I've heard some genuine smoke that like people are like preparing, like cities and like places are planning for it to happen right now. Like
Ooh,
they
okay.
got word that to really start planning for shit. So, but you're gonna be in Colorado by the time that happens, dog.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Hey, we'll sneak our way into the expansion draft.
Dude, honestly, I think the moment the Sonics become a franchise again, like I have soft spots for other teams around the league, like Minnesota's one of them, but low key, the Sonics will probably be my main team when they if and when they come back.
I'll finally get into basketball for real.
So I don't have to watch the Pistons deteriorate even more than they have in the last
The
15
the,
years.
the free Wingstop
Counting.
wings. That was a really funny time though. It was like free boneless wings with the win. Oh man, that was just,
Dude, that franchise is such a joke, man.
There we
what are they
go.
cursed from at this point? What they even do?
The running joke is that in order for the Lions to be contenders, the Pistons had to be the worst team in basketball. But besides that, honestly, we just have a crappy owner
Yeah,
and we have a lot of nepotism and there's just no good players and good players don't want to go to the team. Oh, and we pick fifth overall every year after winning
yeah.
10 games.
That
So
was
that
it.
helps for sure. Yeah. Yeah. They're going nowhere. It's okay though. They had their time.
Hey, they got plenty of rings.
There you go.
Yeah,
They do have
exactly.
plenty of rings. They're fine. They're fine. They'll make it through. They'll make it through. All right, boys. As I promised, the spreadsheet is now complete. We now do have a GM option, so we will also be putting in
You
a
can
GM for
sidetrack
every
like
division.
nobody.
I wasn't even worried. I wasn't even worried. I
We
was
gotta
like, oh
rebrand. Honestly, for this season, we gotta rebrand.
yeah, sidetrack
It's
podcast.
happening.
We might
Sidetrack.
as well. We might
Honestly,
as
that's
well.
catchy though. Sidetrack
It
podcast.
is. It is. As long as there isn't already a sidetrack podcast out there, there probably is. But
What are they
we'll
gonna
see.
do? Sue us?
Yes. How do you think I got this name? How do you think the West Coast Draft Podcast came to be? I sued Apple. Just kidding.
Wow.
If I did, oh
Dude,
man,
you're
I
gonna
Sue
won't be
steal those
in
winning
YouTube
here.
so we
bets?
get you so we get gave they so they gave they ticket.
There you go. All right, boys. Let's hop right into it. We're starting with everyone's favorite division, the AFC East. Of course, featuring the, the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the New England Patriots, and the New York Football Jets,
Just end the
Jets.
season.
So do
Honestly,
we?
like, please just let it. Aaron Rodgers would get hurt in the first game again. It'd just be so.
Oh goodness, that would be
Hey,
funny.
you see, Aaron
They'd be
Rodgers
better
was
this year.
talking to the Mariners the other night.
I did see that. I
What the
did see
hell?
that.
What's up with that?
I don't know. That's
Should he be
crazy
talking
stuff.
to the Yankees?
That's crazy stuff.
I mean,
Yeah,
you remember when they had all those anti-vaxxers in the bullpen? All got sick that one year.
that's true. That'll
Shout out
happen.
Kendall Graveman.
There you go. All right, boys. So some of these are probably going to be fairly uncontroversial to start. Is anyone arguing against Josh Allen as the best quarterback right here?
Nope. Not me.
Didn't think
have
so.
Mike White on this list. Go back.
No,
Mike
not doing
White?
backups. I'm not doing backups. That would be absurd.
Waste of space.
There you go.
Wait.
Oh man, that looks pretty. That looks pretty.
That's
Give myself credit there. All right, the running back. Well, this is where debates could probably start a little bit. So we got James Cook, Raheem Mostert, Ramondre Stevenson,
you know,
Brees Hall.
I'm going to be controversial here.
Yeah.
HN over Mostert.
I would do Brees Hall above HN.
Yeah, I kind of would too.
That's fair.
This is kind of a good one for me. It's between Mostert and Hall.
I sustained my vote, but I
Honestly,
you're conceding. That's why we got 3 of us.
honestly,
perfect.
I take Brees Hall because I've seen him have game-breaking games for the Jets.
He's had breaking games for sure for his knees.
Yet.
Oh yeah, the running backs in this division are kind of a little weird. There's talent. It's just kind of weird.
I could be a good running back for Mike McDonald.
Okay,
Is that your argument?
Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel. Or Mike McDonald, for that matter.
Actually, no, I'd have to be fast. If you're like, you could get anyone on like the Olympic sprinter team, Mike McDaniel.
All right. So receivers. So we're picking 3 of these 12 guys. So it doesn't matter the order. So we got the 3 Bills receivers: Keon, Curtis, Khalil. We got Tyreek, Waddle, Odell, Bourne, Demario Douglas, Jalen Polk, Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, Malachi Corley. Okay, obviously Tyreek Hill's here, right? He's one of the obvious ones. Okay.
I think the other 2 are pretty easy, to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think Garrett Wilson and Waddle.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue with that. I wouldn't. Yeah, pretty much it would be. Yeah. No, I'm not going to really make an argument with you guys right there. I pretty much 100% agree. Poor Patriots
sucked at drafting.
Poor Patriots don't have any representation yet. That's really sad for them.
I think it's gonna be a wild dog.
It's gonna be a minute.
I was looking at the Patriots stuff, right? It's like we're not that many pieces away. It's like
bro, come on.
And like so many people were agreeing with that. I'm like, are you sure about that, guys? Like, come on.
I think the dynasty's a little fresh in their mind still.
Yeah,
I accidentally agree.
You don't have to worry about that, honestly. I was just gonna get
there. You go. We got Dalton Kincaid, we got Jonnu Smith, we got Hunter Henry, and Tyler Conklin. Not a super strong tight end division.
I'd say Kincaid.
Honestly,
I'd still go Hunter Henry. Honestly,
I'd go Jonnu Smith,
bro.
Oh, whoa!
Wait, who did Rob say?
He said Jonnu Smith.
I thought this was obvious. I thought Kincaid was the clear best.
I think Kincaid's gonna be the best in them. I can tell you that for sure. But it's just like, have we seen enough from him already?
Wait, where's Dawson Knox?
Dawson Knox, he wasn't their starter. He wasn't listed as a starter.
Damn, that means Kincaid was pretty. I thought he was pretty good last year, though.
No, he was. It's just
Jonnu Smith had a lot of production last year.
Dude, stop.
Why is that? Why is that?
Okay, Arthur.
Why is
an offensive scheme that's such a good offensive scheme? The coach will design it in a way to get their best player the ball. And that man, Jonnu Smith.
Dude, Jonnu Smith's going to be relegated to water boy in the Dolphins offense.
I think Hunter Henry's
that's pretty valuable spot for a Dolphins team. Dolphins need water.
When Hunter Henry is healthy, he's easily the most consistent, most established one on this list.
When's the last time he had a really good season?
No.
It was his last season.
He's always been mid.
Nah, Hunter Henry's good, man. Okay. I will concede to one of your 2 guys.
I'll concede to Dalton Kincaid.
Okay.
Honestly, I was kind of meaning the whole time anyways. I was wondering if I'd be able to make a convincing argument in favor of
I was
It seemed there was not much receptiveness to that.
At the very least, Hunter Henry's a little overpaid.
All right, here we go.
Oh, he's way overpaid.
On to the tackles here. So again, we're picking 2 of these 8 guys. So Dawkins and Brown, Armstead and Jackson, Chiquomo Okorafor, Mike Wenwu, Tyron Smith, Morgan Moses.
I think
Interesting tackle division.
Armstead for sure.
I agree.
I was gonna say Dawkins for sure.
I'd say
Armstead
Dawkins
just
and Armstead.
injury history. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can really argue with that. I don't know.
Armstead's kind of a wild card.
When he plays, he's still really good. Mike Nwenwu even's really good but Teron Armstead, the thing with him, and when he plays, he's excellent, but he's been so hurt recently.
I'd still put him on there because the other guys that we're making arguments for are also very hurt. So I'm just going to judge talent above.
That's true, and Daniel already put his vote in, so I will concede. There we go. So we're on to the guards now. Edwards and Torrance, Wynn and Jones, Strange and So, John Simpson, and Elijah Vera Tucker. Elijah Vera Tucker, I think, has to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're ignoring injuries.
He has to be here. The other one, I'm not so certain.
It's a real tough one.
It's not a great tackle division, or sorry, not a great guard division.
I don't know. Is Osiris Torrance okay? I've heard some things about him.
Okay. Gosh, this is not a
good. I really mostly know.
I prefer to leave it empty.
And Isaiah
I might go Cole Strange. When he's healthy, he's solid.
If I were picking out of all those, I would say Strange.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
There you go. Our first Patriot. Congratulations. Welcome to the board, New England. I know you guys are used to being mentioned a lot earlier, but it's not 2016 anymore, I'm afraid. And now center, McGovern, Brewer, Andrews, Tippmann.
Yeah.
What's that?
I'd say Andrews.
I'd probably, yeah, I'd agree with that too. I
can go with that.
There you go. So, and then I go one above here. All right, we are done with the AFC South. No, not South. Why did I say South? AFC East.
We got some decent edges. Just looking ahead.
AFC East defense or offense.
Get buzzed for that.
Except I guess we haven't got their OC yet, so we're not entirely done with the offense yet. Onto the edges though. Like Daniel was saying there, it's a really good edge.
Yeah.
Rizzo, Miller.
I have my two choices though.
Judon.
I'm saying Judon and Miller.
I'm saying Judon and Phillips. I don't think Von Miller's that good anymore. And most of Buffalo wants him gone. I honestly could even say Judon. I think Judon's a lock. I think Judon's
a lock. I was gonna ask, how is Greg Russo still pretty good?
Yeah, no, he's a good player.
I
wouldn't say he's a pure edge. You know, he's more of a bit of he plays a bit more. He's not the biggest pass rusher.
I guess Bradley Chubb's pretty good too.
Bradley Chubb's also an option. Jalen Phillips also is an option. Hassan Reddick is still there.
There's so many good edge rushers.
Jermaine Johnson is actually not too bad.
He was one of my guys.
Honestly, I'm torn between Phillips and Reddick.
I can vibe with Reddick.
I like Phillips.
Oh man, I guess I'm the tiebreaker vote here then. I'm going to go with Reddick.
Wow. Not trusting the D-line guy here.
That's a good point, actually. It's not a bad point.
I think
Phillips is 3-4 outside linebacker.
I think I think Hassan Reddick's always been a pretty specific guy, and I don't think this is the best team for him because he's that Okie front guy rather than a true 4-3 just run. Jalen Phillips, if we're not going to put Von Miller on, I don't think we can put Hassan Reddick. He's a bit older, didn't have their best season before. Whereas I think Jalen Phillips is really on the ascend. But this was a hard choice. I wish we could have done 3 or 4 of these guys.
Defensive tackle here. This one won't be as hard, I don't think. Actually, maybe.
There's a lot of good ones, though.
I got my 2 for this one.
I have my 2 as well.
I think I know which two you guys are going to go with, and I'm going to push back on one of them, but we'll get to that point. So we got Oliver and Jones in Buffalo, Sealer and Tart in Miami, Barmore and Godchow in New England, Williams and Kinlaw in New York. So I think the two you guys are going with, tell me if I'm right here, Quinnen and Ed Oliver.
I
That was
I
me.
would actually go win it.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, so all right, I got one of you guys. I was thinking Quinnen and Barmore too. Barmore is super underrated. He's a good ass player.
Oliver's a bit overrated to me. I don't think
I think Oliver's good. Oliver's actually gotten better. Like when he
he's not
started
a
his career, he was pretty overrated, but he's gotten a lot better. But I still prefer Christian Barmore personally.
I'd
So
pick
sorry,
him as well.
Daniel. Having to overrule you twice now. I liked your argument.
Steeler's really good too.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out Zach Sealer. Don't
That's
want
a really
to
good D-line name. Interior D-line name. Sealer.
All right, here we go. Linebackers now. Kind of the same thing here. We got two backers to work with here. So we got Milano and Bernard, Long and Brooks, Bentley, Tavai, Mosley, and Quincy Williams. I think there's
Johnny
one
Tavai
lock.
easy.
I agree.
Johnny Tavai. One lock, and it's Milano, right?
What? Not Jordan Brooks?
I know you're a fair player.
You know what?
After that, I'm not so sure.
You know what? I always respect Jordan Brooks for screaming at Quandre Diggs after like 2 long Taysom Hill touchdowns at the Saints in 21. Or I think that was 22. Screaming at him on the sideline for missing tackles. Like, yeah, you're right. He's right. I think Jordan Brooks wanted out of here pretty bad.
For the other linebacker, David Long's not a bad option. CJ Mosley's not a bad option. Honestly, neither of the New England guys are a bad option. I know we laugh at Jelani Tavai, but he was a really good player in New England last year.
He was. I wasn't laughing.
Daniel was specifically. I don't know. I could be swayed on this one. What are you guys thinking? Detroit Lion great Jelani Tavai.
Oh, anyway, I'm thinking CJ Mosley.
Huh? Robert?
I'm fine with them. I really don't have much opinion.
Yeah.
Guys, they all kind of held together for me.
We'll go CJ then. Here we go. Gray out failures. And now on to corners. So this one's kind of interesting because do note we got two corner spots, so two true corners, got two true safeties, and then we got a fifth DB, which for some teams is a third quarter, for some teams is a third safety, just depending on the team.
The Husky.
Some teams it's basically the Husky, to be quite honest with you. So
no, it's not in my opinion. Your third corner.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
In college, you that.
Yeah. But anyway, so for the Bills, their corners are Benford, Douglas, and Teron Johnson. Miami, Ramsey, Fuller, What's that?
Shout out to your favorite guy, Chuck Morrell.
Oh, Chuck Morrell, of course. We love that guy. Pats, we got Gonzalez, Jones, another Jones, Jets, Gardner, Reed, and Michael Carter II. This one's pretty easy.
Sauce is a lock for sure.
Yeah.
This one, I think actually both these are a lock. Both the true corners are a lock here.
No.
Really?
I think
you putting over Ramsey.
I was gonna
Gonzalez or Jones.
Jonathan Jones?
I was gonna put Rasul Douglas.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, Gonzalez is good.
I think Ramsey's still great, but he's getting older. He's not what
he wasn't great last year because he was.
And actually, you know what? Low key, I would put Kendall Fuller over Jalen Ramsey. Kendall Fuller, he's good, man. He's a decent corner.
No, he is. Don't get me wrong. He definitely is. I'm just over Ramsey. Okay. I like the fire. there. You get your name on the logo and you get a little fire in your belly. That's why I like Daniel. The Arizona Cardinals would love you.
God.
That's a soundboard we need. It's Fire in the Belly soundboard.
Fire in the Belly soundboard. Yeah, let's go. Okay, I don't mind the logic there, though. I don't mind the logic there. Yeah, shots, explosives. Pew, pew, pew. And we can always
That's a
come back.
weirdo. I mean, he had him playing pretty good. How bad
And,
that team was.
Johnson, Code, Jones, none of the nickel guys there we're gonna throw in there. Okay, so the debate then, I think Douglas, honestly, both the Miami guys and both the New England guys. Got a solid debate here. So let's all stand on one name. Let's all stand on one name. See where it
Stand on
lands.
business.
Stay on business. Stay on business.
I'm standing on business. I thought
Christian Gonzalez. He just didn't play enough last year.
because he got hurt.
Yeah, and after like 2 games. Less than
That's
2 games.
first
But it was pretty close. It felt like 2 games.
It wasn't 2 games, but it wasn't many.
No. Daniel?
Me right now is between Douglas and Fuller.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Rasul Douglas, man.
All right. So we got 1 vote Douglas, 1 vote Gonzalez. For my I'm gonna acknowledge you guys pull on Jalen Ramsey, so I'm not gonna go in that direction. I'm gonna go in the direction of one of your 2 guys's. And just because of what I mentioned earlier with Gonzalez just not having enough, not having cut his teeth yet in the league because of not enough time. And the time he has been out there, he's been excellent, but just need to see more. I'm going for Rasul Douglas. Also, I owe Daniel one because I went away from him in 2 debates earlier. So there you go.
We do not care.
Oh my god. How is that so perfect?
Resize. Oh boy, wow, these columns were way too small. Hold on. Okay, so while I'm fixing that, we're moving on to now true.
Oh, I found a good one.
safeties.
Some pretty good safeties here too.
That's a good safety division.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
All right, so we got
Hey, shout out
and
to
wrap.
Bellevue. Shout out to Interlake High School, Jim Moore.
We got Holland and Poyer, Peppers and Duggar, Adams and Chuck Clark. Actually, I think I know the 2 I'm going with here.
A Jet safety named Adams.
It's the one. I know
And
the 2.
where's our boy, DeMar Hamlin?
DeMar Hamlin's going to be the head coach.
The thumbnail for the Jim Moore playoff sound really
Yeah.
fun. Geez, the Bills lost so much. Oh wait,
I know the 2 I'm going with here.
I know the 2 I'm going with as well.
Daniel.
I got a couple controversial ones that might be controversial.
All right. Let's hear. I want to hear the controversy.
So there's a lot of good safeties here. A lot of good safeties. I'm thinking both the Patriots guys.
Really? I'm thinking one of them. I'm thinking one of them.
I think the Patriots have a good safety tandem.
They definitely do. They have a really strong safety tandem. I honestly think both Miami's tandem and New England's tandem is very solid.
I'm picking one.
I am too. I'm thinking
one of
Holland
these
and
to
Duggar.
have something different.
Yep, that is
Yeah, Holland and Duggar.
You can do that. Yeah, I think all 4 are pretty interchangeable for me.
That's fair. It's a good safety division, especially those 2 teams. All right, now we're on to for the DB spot here. So fifth DB, we can go with the best nickel defender, or we could even just do a 5th DB that we haven't selected yet. Yeah, I think we should just do a DB. Just
I agree.
Put it out there. So this is a spot where it's like Gonzalez would make sense.
I'd go Poyer.
You go Poyer over Gonzalez? I know I was the one who was hating on Gonzalez earlier, but yeah,
It was a
okay.
tight race for the free safety.
Ramsey's still there too. Bowler's still there too.
There's some
Honestly,
good
a lot of the Miami secondaries. That's a solid Miami secondary.
Do you want to give him their props and put Kendall Fuller in? Because I was thinking putting Jabril Peppers there.
That's not a bad one either.
That's not a bad pick either. This is a good secondary division, honestly, except for Buffalo. Also, actually,
It's
no.
a good defense.
I feel like Taylor Rapp's pretty good, isn't he?
Hello.
I
You
will give
play to
Toronto.
win the game. You don't play to just play it.
I'll give Teron Johnson some flowers. I'm not going to pick him here, but he's really, really good nickel defender in Buffalo. I'm not going to be picking any of these Buffalo guys here, though. So it's really, I'm not going to be picking any of these New York guys either. It's really between, honestly, I don't think Hoyer, honestly, any of the remaining Miami guys, Gonzalez and Peppers, none of them are bad options here.
Fuck it. Do we just want to go Christian Gonzalez?
What were we thinking, Rob? Are you staying on Jordan Poyer?
What are my options? What's the debate?
So the debate is basic.
I was looking for a I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. So we got basically we're down to 5 players for one spot. So it's Ramsey, Fuller, Poyer, Gonzalez, Peppers.
I'm standing on my business. I'll go Gonzalez if someone else is pulling.
Gonzalez. Okay, we'll go Gonzalez then.
Dude, that's not bad.
This is a good defense conference.
Yeah. There we go. All righty. Kicker. Wait, hold on. While I'm graying out the losers.
It's totally good. I cannot believe Joey Sly is the Patriots kicker. What happened to special teams excellence?
We've made
revival.
So we got Bass.
I'll never forgive Joey Sly.
What Joey Sly do?
I've told you the story before. Well, that was Ron Rivera. But Ron Rivera trotted out Joey
I
Sly
do remember that.
for like a 70-yard field goal before the end of a half, and he wasn't even close.
And
like
lost
totally
to a
hooked it,
fantasy
too.
game.
It lost me a fantasy game by less than a
goodness.
point.
Oh goodness. It was your fault for starting Joey Sly.
He was pretty solid for me that year, to be honest.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I'm never pick a kicker guy.
So Tyler Bass, Jason Sanders, Joey Sly, and Greg the Leg. Tyler Bass, famous for the last kick of his
wide right
season. Wide right.
I've got my pick.
Yeah. Rob, you got a pick?
You know, these are two of these guys have been my fantasy pick. One of them really good to me. His name's
Jason Sanders. You see, if we were going legacy, I'd probably agree Greg Zuerlein, but he hasn't been quite as good in New York as he was with the Rams. Jason Sanders is the better player now. But I'll give Greg Zuerlein a legacy shout out for at one point being the best kicker in the league. Yeah, there we go.
Seahawks 2013. Good one. Yeah. Overrated.
Any former NFC West guy will be labeled as overrated by Rob from henceforth. Anyway, so we're on to
Johnny Hacker though. He was sick too. He like cheap shotted Cliff Averill that one time, and then Howard.
Johnny Hecker. Oh yeah, we'll talk Johnny Hecker on the next one. Punter here: Sam Martin, Jake Bailey, Bryce Behringer, and Thomas Morstead.
I have no idea, man. I'll be real.
Honestly, the only name I'm not familiar with is
Morstead's a good player.
Like, yeah, I was thinking Morstead. I remember Sam Martin was good with the Lions a few years ago. I don't know if he's still good with Buffalo.
Morstead it is. All right, so Head coach. Honestly, this one's not too much of a debate for me, to be honest with you. We got McDermott, McDaniel, Mayo, and Saleh.
Like
Be Mike McDaniel.
Yep.
big time snack guy. Ape God. We're coming. Yeah, fuck you, Dan Marino. We're coming for your records.
Bro, all these
Dude.
OCs, though, I'm looking at them now. No, I don't think any of them are good.
There's one I think
It's a,
is good.
it's a rough OC division.
There's
I
two
think
that I think.
we got
Honestly,
Brady,
There's
Smith,
someone, though.
and
I'm making the case
Pelt.
for Alex Van Pelt.
I
Yeah.
was literally going to say, oh, fuck it, Van Pelt.
Yeah, Joe
Yeah.
Flacco looking good last year. I thought it was weird.
I can get behind it.
Because, like, Frank Smith, there's no way Frank Smith does anything. And the other
Nope.
two are backs.
Joe Brady would be my other choice. Like, yeah, you can't.
I
We've been Joe Brady lovers on this pod.
I think there's a consensus around Alex Van Pelt as being a solid option right now, so we'll go with him. However, I will not stand this Joe Brady slander. He's not a hack. He's not a hack. All right, here we go. DC's now.
Never forget when we talked about Joe Brady for Bengals. Good coach.
I was so convinced before 2021 when we literally went to the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, we're gonna go. Miss playoffs this year. Zach Taylor's gonna get fired. Joe Brady's gonna.
That
be
was
head
such a funny.
And then we went to the Super Bowl.
It's
Maybe I
funny
should.
it's because of Burrow's puppeteering of him.
Oh, 100%. But still.
And he did hire a somewhat a competent DC.
That's true. That's also true. I'll give him credit for
And
that.
has been able to hold on to him.
Yeah. Bobby Babish, Anthony Weaver, DeMarcus Covington, and Jeff
Coverton would be a great name for it.
Coverton. Coverton, that would be great. I actually don't know a whole lot about a lot of these guys.
Honestly.
I would probably go Olbrich just because the Jets have had a good defense.
I'd probably go Weaver.
He's in his first year, so don't know a whole lot about him now. Like at least we've seen like Olbrich, he has
It's
led
just
that
not going to
defense.
work.
It's not going to work.
Soft.
Wait, what's not going to work?
Weaver.
Why won't Weaver work?
Dolphins too soft. Same reason why Lynn's not going to work for USC.
Yeah.
And at top.
Babish and so who are you leaning then?
I'd say nobody.
You say no. You have to say someone because you have to break the tie here.
My vote is blank. Actually, genuinely, it is.
All right, there you go. Then we got two.
Oh, you. It should have been blank. None of these guys deserve it.
I'm not saying they all deserve
Not
it.
good,
I'm
but
just
we have
saying
to
we need
pick one,
someone.
No, we don't. That is not.
Yes, we do. Yes, we
No,
do.
No, we don't.
Should have fine. Defensive coordinator Robert Jokinen.
No.
Fine. In that case, I don't know what I was gonna say. All right, GM. To finish off the AFC East here, we got Brandon Bean, Chris Greer, Elliott Wolf, and Joe
I don't see
Douglas.
I
see one. I see one.
Honestly, I gotta respect the work Brandon Beans put in the past few years.
agree.
That was the
I
one.
agree.
That was the one.
as well.
It-
Chris Greer, you
pretty
picked
good.
Tua over Herbert.
Yeah, it's bad. That's bad.
Not his fault that Kansas City's the juggernaut that they are.
No, he's built competitive rosters. Obviously, this year it's gonna probably fall back to earth a little bit, but that's not necessarily his fault. Here we go. Black. Boom. Now they all look like Raiders. Oh, that's a good point. They do all look like Raiders. Hold on, let me go like a lighter shade of gray. There you go. Now they look
I think
more.
we're only
grayed
going to
out.
get half the AFC.
We'll power through. We'll power through. All right, AFC North.
I don't know if I'm up for a 2-hour ep, dog.
Oh, we actually, you know what? We got through that in 20 minutes. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did take 25 minutes of sidetrack to begin. So we got through that in 20 minutes. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. See how we are after the AFC North wrapped up. So quarterback, Lamar, Joseph, Deshaun, and Russell.
I was thinking Justin Fields.
What about James?
Not be featured. No backups.
He's not bad.
No,
Neither of them are better than Burrow or Lamar anyway. So.
give me Joey B.
Yes. Because I'm also gonna say Joey B. So I don't care what you say, Raw, because he is the pick.
All right, he is the best guy there.
Bye, Lamar. All right, running back. Henry, Moss, Chubb, Harris. Oh, that's fair.
Nick Chubb.
Yeah, Nick Chubb for me here.
I agree.
Nicholas.
Oh my gosh, guys.
That's a W. That's E1. That's E1. That's a W.
That's a W. All right, kind of a weird wide receiver division, but we'll go
Jerry
through
Jeudy,
here.
easy lock.
Safe Flowers, Bateman, and Aguilar. Chase, Higgins, Irwin. Cooper, Judy, Moore. Pickens, Jefferson, Robert Wilson. It's a weird wide receiver division, I'm not going to lie.
There's some good ones, though.
I see one lock. No, I see two locks.
I got my three.
Chase and Cooper. Chase and Cooper are my locks.
Same. I got my third as well. Give me just do Zay Flowers.
I agree there.
Yeah, those three. We feel good about those three.
Yeah.
I was also going to say Zay Flowers for my third. So, man, I thought that would be way more controversial. Never mind.
Oh, some good tight ends, though.
No, this is a really good tight end division. Andrews, Gesicki, Njoku, and Freiermuth. Honestly,
go for it.
I was gonna say I feel like Andrews is gonna be the first name, that kind of sticks out, but I feel like recency bias. Njoku had a better year last year. Njoku was really good last year.
I still take Mark.
Took him long enough. Jeez.
I would probably still go Mark Andrews though.
I would too. He got the hip drop ban.
It's gone now, so he doesn't have to worry anymore. All right, tackles. Here we go. For a very physical division, surprisingly not a great tackle division, actually. We got Stanley and Rosengarten, got Brown and Brown, got Wills and Conklin, and got Fautanu and Jones.
I really think Fatanu is going to be a good player, but obviously he hasn't played a game yet.
It's hard.
I think Orlando Brown for sure is one of them.
Honestly, Stanley did not.
My two would be Stanley and Brown. Orlando Brown.
Stanley didn't have a good year.
I was thinking Brown and Conklin.
Conklin tore his Achilles in game 1 last year. Or tore his ACL, I mean.
What about Wills?
Wills hasn't been that good the past few years. He started hot and he kind of fell off since.
We just go
I'm cool with Brown and Stanley.
Go with Rosengarten.
Let's just go back on our what we said earlier about rookies. Just get Raj in there.
I put Troy.
Yeah, me too. I think most people would as well. But there you go. All right, there's the tackles. So now we are on to guards. Voorhees in Cleveland, Volson Kappa, Antonio and Teller, Suomalo and Daniels. Okay, I got 2 easy ones here, I feel like.
I agree.
I'm not too familiar with the guards in this division, to be fair.
I think it's the 2 Browns guys. I think it's Antonio and Teller. Yeah. They are really good. They're really good. Alrighty then. And then for the centers, we have another rookie there in Pittsburgh, but we got Linderbaum, Karras, Hosich, Rob's old buddy, and Zach Frazier. This one's an easy Tyler Linderbaum for me, to be honest. And I love Ted Karras, but this one's Linderbaum for me. There you go. Oops. What am I doing? It's embarrassing. I'm supposed to be the Excel god, and this is what I'm doing with my life. There we go. We're back. All right. Edges. This is a very strong edge division. Owen Van Noy, Hendrickson Hubbard, Garrett Smith, Watt, and Highsmith.
It's strong, but I think there's 2 locks.
I think there's 2 locks. I think it's obviously Garrett and Watt.
Which sucks. Like Trey Henderson, for example, is really good.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
Darius Smith, Sam Hubbard, like these are good players, but
Oh no, trust me. Not taking offense to choosing those two, considering they're
Those guys
pretty
are the two best in
routinely
the league.
they might be the two best defensive players, period, in the league. So hard to argue.
Honestly, I think there's another guy in the league that in this division that I think has ascended to that spot.
Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah. Maybe I'm biased because I've just been watching so much Ravens film just to get a sense of the defense, but
Speaking of, we got Matt BK and Pierce. We got Rankins and Hill. We got Tomlinson and Harris. And we got Hayward and Ogun Jobe. I think there's one lock.
Here.
there's one lock.
There's one lock. That's Matt BK.
I agree.
After that, Hayward in past years would be a lock, but I feel like he has, age is starting to catch up to him a little
I'd
bit.
still put Hayward here.
I don't.
I go with Rankins.
If I had to, I would still probably go Hayward, which hurts for me to say, but I do still think it's Hayward. But it's close. It's close. All right, we're on to linebackers here. So we got Smith and Simpson. We got Logan and Jermaine Pratt. We got JOK and Hicks. We got Queen and Roberts. It's a strong linebacker division. I think
I
there's
think you
one
got to have
lock.
Roquan Smith.
Yeah, wrote one lock, and that's Roquan. After that, I think the top guy for all of these teams, Logan, JOK, Queen, I think you can make a pretty strong argument for any of those guys.
Yeah.
Queen's got the pedigree because he was voted as a Pro Bowler last year.
I think those two, when they played together last year, they played.
I think Logan Wilson's, and I know I'm going to come across as so biased when I say that. I think Logan Wilson's a better player than Queen.
I think.
Should we throw JOK in there?
JOK is also good, honestly. I really couldn't make an argument against any three of these guys. I'd feel bad leaving any of them out.
Since you've been a good boy, not been too biased, I'll let you have it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll remember that. The class. What was it? Isn't there like a video game where it's like when you're nice to a character, it's like they will remember that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those were the Telltale games.
Oh, the Telltale games. That's right. Yeah. There we go. All right, corners now.
I think it's both Cleveland corners. They were so good.
Over Humphrey?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They were ridiculous.
There's some
good
good
help
in
from
this division
having,
too. I'll go
best
Humphrey and Ward.
defender.
I'd
go
Humphrey
Ward.
and Ward. We can.
The fact that they were just able to play man. I mean, the best coverage is cover one. That's what they did a lot.
And Humphrey's been really banged up too. I think you do gotta factor that in. Oh, that's tough though. The safeties are gonna be easy, I'll tell you that much. But man, it's tough. Actually, will the safeties be easy? One of them will be easy. I think we'll have a little bit of debate between two of the others. But anyways, Humphrey or Newsome.
I think just how good that Browns defense was because of Garrett and they both locked people down. Other than when Messi got a lucky header against them.
I'm sorry, Rob. I'm gonna Humphrey. Body of work. It's the best corner in the league for a few years, actually. So, not a few years, for like a year. But we'll come back to it though. He's definitely in consideration for that 50B. That's for sure. So for safeties, you got Marcus Williams, Kyle Hamilton. Spoiler alert, Kyle Hamilton's gonna be the lock here. So now we got one. Marcus Williams, Geno Stone, Von Bell, welcome back. One Thornhill, Grant Delpit, Minka, Deshaun Elliott.
I'd say Minka.
Yeah, I mean, spot the debate it was going to be between Marcus Williams and Minka Fitzpatrick.
I'd go with
think-
Marcus Williams. Actually, you know what? I'd go with both of them. One of them fills a safety spot, and then one of them's a 50B.
Okay. Okay. If you had to choose one of them, who are you picking right now?
Marcus Williams.
Marcus Williams. Okay, so we got a little bit of a debate then. I would probably still go Minka, but it's close. So now for that fifth DB spot, I think it's pretty safe to say we've got a debate here between Greg Newsome and Marcus Williams.
Yeah.
I think Marcus Williams has a bigger body of work.
That's true.
He's just been consistently good. He's been consistently on one of the best defenses year in, year out.
It's hard to ignore what Greg Newsome did last year,
I think
though.
playing safety a lot. Greg Newsome playing.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a really good DB division. You know
A
what?
good defense division.
Yeah, which is the AFC North always is. It's tough on these tiebreakers, man. I really don't think you can go wrong either way, but I gave the last tiebreaker to Rob, so I'm going to give this one to Daniel. We're going to go Marcus Williams.
Can't go wrong.
Very, very sorry to Mr. Newsome. I do want to give you a shout out. You're really, really
Also,
good
shout out
player.
to Martin.
Oh, yeah, and Martin Emerson, honestly. Also, Mike Hilton. Shout out to my guy, Mike
Shout out
Hilton.
to Mike Hilton.
Kicker. As much as it hurts me to say this, I'm not
Chris
even going to bother.
Boswell.
I'm not even
Chris
bother saying the
Boswell.
names of the other ones.
What? Not
Get
Dustin Hopkins?
Get Justin Tucker out of there, bro.
This is honestly low-key a really good kicker division too. Like these are four really good kickers. But yeah, one of them happens to be the best of all time. So that's
Oh, bah, bah. Thank you.
Okay, so punter, maybe a little bit more controversial here. Stout, Robbins, Bajorquez, and Cameron Johnston.
I'm a Bajorquez head.
Bajorquez,
Bajorquez.
it's definitely not Brad Robbins. He's fucking terrible. Cameron Johnston's a good one too, but I think it's Bajorquez.
Presley Harvin was better. How do you get to copy all the formatting?
What's that?
You just copied that cell and moved it. How do you
Oh, I just control exit.
Control X and then you can move the cell?
Yeah. Well, what I do is I just control X, move over, control V.
Oh.
Just copy and paste. All right, head coach. This one actually
Control
might be
X or
kind of
Control
tough.
C?
Control X if you want to move it. Control C if you want to copy it. So if I want to do Control C to copy,
Oh,
but
okay.
Control
I was
X
doing that
cuts and
today.
pastes.
I was okay. Good.
Yeah.
Like
There's a little Excel lesson in the middle of the West Coast Draft podcast. There we go. Head coach. John Harbaugh, Zach Taylor, Kevin Stefanski, Mike Tomlin. Now I know what you guys are thinking, but only one of these guys has been to a Super Bowl in the past 10 years.
Well, you know what I was thinking is that Zach Taylor is the one lock to not make that spot.
That's very true.
Oh.
You're very right about that.
And you know what? I'm gonna add some fire to that. Honestly, I'm gonna put Kevin Stefanski.
Ooh,
And the reason,
spicy.
the biggest reason he made the Browns good. That franchise has been so miserable for decades. He has made them a consistent competitor,
he's a pretty handsome
and it's
guy.
gone pretty unsung.
Honestly, he might be the best looking head coach.
Because things like Tomlin and Harbaugh, these are like they're legendary coaches for sure. But if we're looking at what they did over the last couple years, if you're looking at the situations they came into, I think Stefanski, his job going into Cleveland was harder because Tomlin and Harbaugh going in, they already went into premier franchises, but Stefanski more so changed the trajectory of his team and brought his players a little bit more prominence.
He is a two-time
I
coach.
gotta go Harbaugh from last year.
But to be fair, I'm good with either one of those three.
I got a three-way. We got a three-way tiebreaker, boys. Because I'm gonna go with Tomlin.
What?
You can't argue with consistency. You cannot argue with consistency. Mike Tomlin
do
could
not
have
care.
the least talented roster in the NFL, and they would go 9-8. He could have the
underperform.
best roster in the NFL, and they would also go 9-8.
I think that's
Can't
an
argue with that.
man.
John Harbaugh
That team.
benefited from having probably the best coordinator duo in the NFL last year.
That's the thing with John Harbaugh. Like, he's a good coach, but he always has elite coordinators. He always has an elite GM. He always has elite players. He's always been in one of the most premier franchises.
That's what a head coach is supposed to do.
You know what? Just for
Just
that,
have good
Donald, worst
coordinators.
coach in football. He hasn't even coached a game yet. Worst coach in football. Seattle Seahawks 0-17.
With
someone-
and here's
Utah.
where I'm at with Stefanski.
Is a coordinator's coaches or coaches
Has he-
coaches?
Has Kevin Stefanski turned the Browns franchise around? 100%. I'm not going to deny that. And considering where they were before he got there, it's very, very impressive. I do not ever see them reaching the mountaintop with Kevin Stefanski as their head coach. And they're a talented franchise. But it's just, he has failed to put it together when it really matters. Yeah, he has the one playoff win over Pittsburgh. Awesome. Good job. People will remember that. It's really hard to forget about the fact that they lost by 3 touchdowns in Houston. Not even 3 touchdowns. I think it was 45-14. Never mind, not 3 touchdowns, 31 points. They lost to 31 points to a rookie quarterback. Now, is that rookie quarterback CJ Stroud?
Rookie
Yes.
quarterback and rookie head coach.
And a rookie head coach. It's not
You know
a great
what?
look.
I will concede the same argument I gave for Harbaugh, always having good coordinators. Kevin Stefanski also has a really good coordinators.
He
who's
fired
to
his
say
OC.
What's going on there?
Mike Tomlin
Ken
always has
Dorsey.
shitty coordinators, at least at OC, routinely, regularly. Recently, that's what I'm looking
your
for.
job as head coach.
Like, the last time Tomlin had a good OC was Todd Haley. And
Todd Haley, yeah.
Even he had
No, was Todd Haley a good OC?
Yeah, he
That's the
was.
thing.
He was
Like,
just,
even
he was
he
just
had
controversial.
still
Um,
better
His
than-
last good OC was
I think you'd have to go back to like Roethlisberger's first couple years.
no.
Who was,
his last good OC was I always blank on his name, but Red Face Cardinals head coach.
yeah, the guy, yeah, he was Brady's Super Bowl in Tampa. What was his name? How am I forgetting this?
I always forget his name. Him and Derek Hall.
Byron Leftwich.
No, not
that
Byron.
was
Love.
OC.
No, the head coach of that team. The head coach, though, of that team.
Red Face.
Bruce Arians.
Yeah,
Bruce Arians, that's it. There it is. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, Bruce Arians. I think that was his last great OC. And the
They
fact that
ran him out of town. The Yinzers ran him out
honestly,
of town.
For the sake of,
Did I ever send you that Yinzer referee first time?
First down. Yeah, I think you have. Yeah. All right, Daniel.
I was
break
gonna say
the
for the sake of breaking the tiebreaker, because I know y'all won't come on the Stefanski side. I'm gonna go with John Harbaugh.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
Coach Harbaugh.
All
I mean,
right.
someone smart told me I was at the coach's clinic. You know, coordinators coach. So position coaches coach players. Coordinators coach position coaches. Head coaches coach the coordinators. Having those good coordinators and those guys always getting hired, I think it's a good show of who you are.
Coach Tomlin, what do you think about not being the AFC North head coach?
We do not care.
There it is. There it is. I was waiting
I
on
don't have that one on a button.
Dang it. Okay, here we go.
I
OC
only have
here.
so many.
Monken, pitcher, Dorsey, Arthur Smith.
Mm,
Arthur Smith, 1,000%, no questions. Next category.
what do you say? Arthur Smith.
He said Arthur Smith, 1,000%, no questions. Next category. I think it's got to be Monken.
I think so too.
I
it's
think
not.
it's
It's not the strongest of
yeah.
groups.
No, we'll
What
see.
you know
We'll
about
see.
pitcher?
Well, I think DC's a lot.
I mean, he was their QB's coach, so like they're not going to be changing their
It's
system at
Burrow's
all.
guy.
Yeah, he's Burrow's guy. I mean, he's been their QB's coach since Burrow was drafted, so he's their guy. I don't think they're gonna miss a beat with him at OC, but you just need to see it first.
Did
I think the next two categories are locks.
does Zach Taylor call play?
Yeah, he does. He does.
I think so too. I think
Yeah, I think it's Schwartz and DaCosta.
Yeah, I think
Which hurts because I love Lou. I love Lou.
he's a great.
But I mean, he's going up against the assistant coach of the year there. It's tough competition.
AFC North just too good.
Yep. It's a very, very good division. It's a very good division. It's a good thing that we got the best player at the most important position. That's all that matters.
But can that player do this?
That's a W. That's E1. That's E1. That's a W.
I love him, man. I gotta get a James.
You gotta go in the shop, man. You gotta go in the shop.
He has an E to W shirt in Browns colors.
All right, that one took us. Oh yeah, pretty much exactly 20 minutes. Okay, so we got a little bit of stride going here. We got a stride going here. Let's go with the tech.
What about a Stroud?
The AFC South.
What about a Stroud?
I mean, it's CJ Stroud here, right? I mean, it's either Stroud or Lawrence. Will Levis. It's got to be Stroud or Lawrence. I'd probably go Stroud.
No, give me Stroud. I think he's a beast. That man's a dog.
He's a dog. There we go. So running backs here.
Running backs kind of interesting, actually. I think there's two that I'm seeing that could be on that.
I think there's one clear. I think it's one clear one.
I think there's one.
That's
you could argue for the second for sure.
Oh.
I think Jonathan Taylor is probably the favorite, and then Travis Etienne is the second.
Etienne had a good year, man.
Both of them did.
And he's younger, only slightly. He played more. I'd still probably go Taylor.
I would
it's close. It's close there. It's close between those two.
Oh, there's actually some pretty good receivers here.
Yeah, no, this division's really picked itself up. So honestly, all these three Texans guys are good. We got Pittman, Downs, and Mitchell in Indy, Kirk Davis and Brian Thomas in.
Honestly, I disagree about that. I think it's a pretty good receiver division.
I don't think there's any other than Diggs. I don't think there's a true star here. But
I think the closest you got is Tank. He looked really good last year. I'm so bummed he got shot. Andy, he tore his ACL and got shot. Poor guy.
It's a rough couple months for him.
It was. I saw Tank though in person.
Are we calling Diggs a lock here? Or?
I'd put Dell as a lock.
I think you put both of them as a lock. Fair, if you want to be.
Like I was
had a good year last year.
Who did?
Michael Pittman had a pretty good year last year.
I wouldn't be mad about Diggs, Dell, and Pittman.
Christian Kirk was good.
Christian Kirk is really good too, though. Christian Kirk's really good.
For Max Chaos, I'm gonna say all three Texans guys.
And Nico Collins was really good last year. You might take Nico over Diggs, honestly.
I'm going Dell. Pittman.
Dell, Pittman, who?
Kirk. You know, we all clowned that free agency signing.
I would probably go. I think Dell, yes. Pittman, yes. Honestly, it's tough between Diggs, Collins, and Kirk. I think all three of those would be worthy here.
Actually, give me Kirk.
All right, there you go. There's a tiebreaker then. That makes it.
Dude, actually,
Diggs getting left off.
Looking at the Titans receiving core, they would have been so good a few years ago.
Yeah, no, this is a great receiving core in 2019.
Oh man. You know, they're investing in their O-line at least in Tennessee.
All right, tight end
is investing very well. Other than Skoronski, Fishenberry, Latham.
All right, tight ends is really debate between Schultz and Ingram, but I'll say Jelani Woods and Chiga Conquo are also here.
I am a Schultz guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Stanford man.
That's right. That's right.
Speaking of Stanford, no mascot mashup.
I know.
How?
No,
everyone talked about that's something they wanted. How could they fuck that up?
They said they'd bring it in later, or they said they might bring it in later years. But yeah,
years.
Later year, I'm later years as in like next year they might.
Next year, how hard is that to make?
I guess hard enough that it's not going to be in this year, I'm afraid.
I love playing mascot mashup, man.
Mascot mashup is great. Here we go. Tackles. Tunsil and Fisher, shout out the rookie. Bernard Ryman, Braden Smith, Cam Robinson, Anton Harrison, JC Latham, and Dylan Radins. There's one lock here, and then a
JC
lot
Latham
of
is the lock.
uninspiring. And then a lot of uninspiring options. That one lock being Laramie Tunsil.
Tunsil in.
I want to stress that. After that, I'm not very inspired by any of these remaining options. Bernard Ryman was okay. Cam Robinson, yeah. It's not going to be JC Latham. I'm going to go Cam Robinson there. But I'm not super inspired by those options, I'm afraid. Maybe Blake Fisher will be on this list next year. JC Latham won't be. We still do not have a Titan.
JC Latham's going to be playing guard. It reminds me of so many like 2010 era Bama draftees and like King Dunlap, right? You know, DJ Fluker.
Yep, DJ Fluker. Yep, I hear you. Guards. Howard Mason.
DJ Fluker. He was one I like.
Howard Mason sounds like a D3 school. Quentin Nelson, Will Freeze.
Our vice president went there.
Here you go. Esther Cleveland, Brandon Scherf, Peter Skronsky, Daniel Brunskill.
I think you got to
put Nelson's got to be there.
Yeah, Nelson's a lock.
Brandon Scherf.
Yeah, my only debate would be Scherf or Shaq Mason, but I think it's yeah. Oop. But Quentin Nelson's a lock for sure. All right.
I haven't heard much of him though lately. Carving out a solid career.
And then let's see here. So we've got there we go. Juice Scruggs, Ryan Kelly, Mitch Morse, Lloyd Cushenberry. I think there's
Ryan Kelly.
Okay, I was gonna say there's three good options here, actually. Juice Scruggs, not you, I'm afraid. These are the three. I'd be fine with any of them. But
like
Ryan
that Family
Kelly.
Guy meme of the.
Should we do the Tennessee Titans a solid and throw
No, not you.
No, not you. Or the you guys always act like you're better than me, and it's them standing in the suits. Yeah, sorry, Juice Scruggs, you are Meg, and Ryan Kelly, Mitch Morrison, Lloyd Cushenberry, the other three. We could throw the Titans do them a solid, and finally get them on the board with Lloyd Cushenberry. They're gonna have some defensive players. In fact, I already see one defense player they definitely will have.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we need to.
Do Ryan Kelly then.
Yeah. All righty. There we go. Well, the Titans were represented 0 times on offense, so that's kind of funny. Edge defender.
Oh, I see 2 locks.
I see 2 locks.
Anderson Hunter, Ebukam Pay, Allen Walker, Harold Landry, Arden Key. I only see 1 lock, actually. It's Josh Allen is one of them, right?
Josh Allen.
I think you got to put Neil Hunter on.
Interesting.
I was thinking Will Anderson Jr.
I was thinking Harold Landry. But he also has been hurt recently. So I hear you on that. I won't argue too hard for that one. So one of the 2 Texans guys. I will say Will Anderson.
Arden Key pretty good for a little bit.
No, Arden Key's a good player. I just don't think he's quite on the level of the other 3 guys we've already mentioned.
Solid guy. He's a real player.
Travon Walker is a former first overall pick. Trent Baalke, or I'll just put him in as GM right now, or
100%.
Man, okay. Will Anderson or Daniel Hunter? I think Daniel Hunter's he's got the numbers right now. Will Anderson's sack total was not actually that impressive last year. Not to say that end all be all. He's definitely a disruptive player, but his sack numbers weren't really there. Shoot. I don't know. Talk me into your guys.
Oh, real. They're both really freaking good.
I think Neil Hunter had one of
You
the-
can't go wrong with either. Just yeah, you put them on there.
There we go.
They're both good.
Uh,
but
Oh,
that's-
there's some good DTs here.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Autry, Fotokasi, Buckner, Stewart, Armstead, Roy Robertson, Harris, Jeffrey Simmons, Sebastian Joseph Day. Oh boy, this is a good D line division.
Oh, you gotta
I
put
Simmons has to be one of the locks. And then I think it becomes between actually funny enough, the two former San Francisco Oregon Ducks.
I think Buckner's way better.
I agree too. I also agree. I think Arger Armstead's a really good player too. I don't want to stress that, but yeah, I think so. Or you already, I guess we didn't even hear Daniel's opinion, honestly. Hold on, let me back up.
No, I'm good with Buckner. I like him a lot too.
Here we go. All right. That was a good D tackle division. Also, shout out Grover Stewart, another really good player that we didn't even talk about there just because of the other options. All right, linebacker. Not the best linebacker division, though. Guys, these Alshire and Christian Harris, Zaire Franklin, EJ Speed.
EJ
Devin
Speed plays
Lloyd.
linebacker now.
Yeah.
He was a cornerback at Michigan State.
Oluokun Foyesade.
Aluakon.
Devin Oluokun Foyesade, and Devin Lloyd, Kenneth Murray, and Jack Gibbons. Funny enough, I think the one lock here is the guy I couldn't say the name of, Oluokun. He's really
Oluokun's
fucking good.
You know who I think had a really good year last year?
Who's that?
Zaire Franklin. He was really good for the Colts, man.
Aziz Al-Shaair is also really good. He was really good for the Titans.
Christian Harris was good too.
Christian Harris is also really good. This is a good linebacker.
Zaire Franklin. Remember when we said the Colts were fun? Colts defense was good.
Mhm.
Franklin.
I honestly don't think either of these Texans guys or Zaire Franklin's a bad option.
I'm pounding the table with this guy. Oh my gosh.
All right,
I
Daniel.
saw a name I love. And I think might win it.
I'm gonna go with Aziz Al-Shaair.
Oh, all right. Sorry, Zaire. Sorry, Zaire. You've been overruled by the almighty tiebreaker.
That was a really quiet boo. They're not so confident over there. Damn, still not confident.
All right, corners. We got the best Matt Patricia draft pick ever, Jeff Okudah, lining up next to Derek Stingley. Kamari Lassiter's there as well. Juju Brents, formerly Julius, Dallas Flowers, and Kenny Moore the second.
Did somebody say boom?
What was that?
Did somebody say boom?
What was that in reference to?
Well, I typed in booze.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh man, when you type, we get in trouble. So I don't know, man.
Somebody say boom.
Tyson Campbell and Ronald Darby and L'Jarius Sneed, Jadobi Awuzie. This is actually pretty easy for me personally.
Me too.
Me too.
All right, what are you guys thinking?
Stingley and Sneed.
Stingley and Sneed.
Really? I was thinking Campbell and Sneed.
Shout out
So
Daniel.
Sneed's in there.
Stingley was good last year.
Yeah, but so is Tyson Campbell, and he's been good for a few years
Stingley
now.
was.
I mean, I'm not obviously I'm putting him in there because of the
Match
tiebreaker,
quarters. Shout out
but
match quarters. I think he
we're keeping Tyson Campbell as a potential fifth DB option. I think. Safety, we got Ward and Petre, we got Cross and Blackman, we got Cisco and Antonio Johnson, and we got Elijah Molden, shout out Huskies, and Amani Hooker. It's not a great safety division, I'm not gonna lie.
No.
I think Amani Hooker's one.
I'd say Petrie.
I'll
Yeah.
defer to you guys for the safeties.
Go Hooker and Petre.
I don't think there's
And
much debate.
and then we're just gonna throw Campbell in there because I don't think any of the other. Yeah. There we go. And kicker. Might actually let me gray out these.
Sammy Fairbairn. I really good here.
I was gonna say I think kicker's a lock here.
Yeah, I think you're right. Fairbairn. Matt Gay's been pretty solid player for Indy too. But not quite not quite. Oh, Nick Folk though. He was good for Tennessee last year.
I still go Fairbairn, man.
All right.
Oh, God.
I'm passionate about my kickers, man. No. All right, we got Townsend, Sanchez, Logan Cook, and Ryan Stonehouse.
I say we throw the Titans a bone and give them Ryan Stonehouse.
Ryan Stonehouse is a really good player. Tommy Townsend was the Chiefs punter last year, though, too. He was also really good. But I also think the Titans deserve a bone. He was sorry, Ryan Stonehouse. So. There we go.
I think.
All right.
I think it's.
Who do you think it is?
I think it's.
I cannot hear you at all right now.
I think it has to be D'Amico.
Oh, for head coach? Okay, yeah. We're good. D'Amico, Steichen, yeah.
Now I have a controversial thing next to.
Please do not put Jim Bob Cooter at OC.
Yes, I think Jim Bob Cooter and Gus Bradley should be the coordinator picks here.
Bro, come on. JVC's garbage, man.
They did
over
Slovic? Did so much with
Just say,
because, and here's
terrible.
why. They were a Miss Gardner Minshew passed away from the playoffs with that offense. That's pretty freaking impressive. Okay.
Steichen system. Yeah, give me Slovic.
I'm going Slovic.
JBC's garbage, bro. He was. I just remember him being terrible for the Lions, and I feel like that
10 years ago. Took him 10 years to get that stench off him.
Actually, more like 7 years ago.
All right. Defensive coordinator, I don't actually think should be much of a debate. We're talking Matt Burke, Gus Bradley, Ryan Nielsen, Denard Wilson.
Pick Gus Bradley.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. That one was easy. And then GM, Nick Caserio, Chris Ballard, Trent Baalke. Okay, but serious answer is probably between the Texans. It's probably between Caserio and Ballard here.
I'd say Chris Ballard.
I gotta go Caserio for.
Chris Ballard's got the longevity factor. He's probably been one of the better GMs in the league for a while. Nick Caserio's kind of new on the scene, but he's done a lot in a little amount of time.
Oh, doing a lot with little. Who in a little bit amount of time? Who could have done that? Totally not Jim Bob Cooter with the shitty offense.
Okay, but he didn't even call plays. Steichen did.
Saying GBC's garbage, bro. That man neutered Matthew Stafford and Golden Tate back in the day.
I'm gonna go Nick Caserio for GM, but Chris Ballard, good choice as well.
I can get down with Caserio.
All righty. So now,
where's Zach Wilson?
Is it the? Oh, that's not the right color. He's at the local MILF bar actually.
I was gonna put him as the QB for the AFC West. I was thinking he could be a good fit with some of those guys. He and Kadarius Toney both.
He is better than that weird Kansas City QB people have been talking about recently.
Actually, though, serious note, isn't Aiden O'Connell supposed to be the Raiders starter?
Yeah.
I thought Antonio Pierce confirmed that.
He did.
Wow, Beau.
It's okay. We're not picking him anyways.
Yeah, Daniel had this.
We're
all right. Let's get it.
My homeboy. Yeah, give me Patty.
Let's get that one over with. The running back position.
Go here.
I'd say Pacheco too.
Yeah, I think you're right. Wide receiver will not be going to the Raiders, to the Chiefs. At least not at first. At least we got Sutton, we got White, we got Sutton, Brown, or Sutton. Let me compose myself here. Sutton, Reynolds, Mims, Brown, Rice, Worthy, Adams, Myers, Tucker, Palmer, Johnston, McConkey. Man, it's rough receiver. I think one lock
Yeah,
One lock.
Devontae for sure.
Come to the board. Las Vegas. All right.
I honestly
I
go
think
with Jacoby
Courtland Sutton
Myers.
had a solid.
What's that?
I think Courtland Sutton pretty good.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton too. I think is another good pick. Jacoby Myers. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say those two. Shout out Josh
Jacoby-
Reynolds, though. He was very good for the Lions last year.
I think Jacoby Myers. I think Hollywood Brown maybe. Even Rashee Rice maybe. None of the Chargers guys. It's really between these three. I'd probably go Myers. I don't know, Rob.
Rice likes to go fast.
I thought Jacoby Myers was really good last year.
He did have a good year.
We'll go Myers. There you go. Vegas on the board three
Yes, sir.
times. Look at that.
You guys hear me?
Barely.
Huh. That's so weird.
Yeah, it's like super faint. Troutman, Kelsey, Bowers, Disley.
Any better?
It's a little
Will
better.
Disley.
How about now?
That's better. That's better now.
I was gonna say Will Disley for tight end.
Disley?
You were gonna say Will Disley over Travis Kelsey?
Yeah, I was. I have experience.
That's true. You do. You do have experience with that. Well, the Chargers have kind of been shut out so far, but I think that's going to be coming into an end with this one. So we got Foles, McGlinchey, we got Morris, Taylor, we got Miller, Munford, and we got Slater and Alt. I
wouldn't be opposed to taking both Chargers tackles.
I think Miller's really
Miller's gotta
good.
be there.
Miller's really good. I think it's Slater and Miller.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I hear you, though. I think in a few years, I think it might very well be both Chargers tackles. But at least the Chargers are on the board. They weren't for a while, so good for them. So we got Powers and Miners, got Tooney and Smith, we got JPJ and Parham, we got Zion Johnson, Jamari Salyer.
I think Tooney's in there.
Tooney.
Honestly, I'd say Tooney and Smith.
I was gonna say I'd take both Kansas City guys here, and I'd also take their center. Yeah.
Luke Wattenberger's
Yeah.
Luke Wattenberger Luke Wattenberger. Luke Wattenberg is the starting center in Denver.
They're gonna pick first overall, man. Huh?
Yeah, it's rough. That's rough. Hey, at least it's not a good QB draft next year. Let's see here. We are looking at okay, so Edge here. Oh, this one, man.
I think
okay.
Max Crosby is the lock.
Max Crosby's a lock here. I honestly think Brown and Cooper. Yeah,
I think Carl
it's
Aftis is underrated.
I think he's underrated too, but he's not better than Bosa.
I agree.
I think Joey Bosa is a little bit overrated, to be honest.
I agree.
Really?
Like, yeah, he's been
However,
often.
I still
When
think
he's played, he
he's
hasn't been. He's been okay. Like he's been
He's-
fine. That's about it.
Too busy meditating. I don't want an edge.
Are we taking any other edges here over him though? Khalil Mack,
No.
Baron Browning. No, okay. We'll go Bosa.
Yeah. All right.
Bosa. Wow, an all white edge group there.
Honestly, a lot of edge rushers in that NFL are white.
That's true.
A lot of good ones are white. The tight endification of the edge rush position.
Man, if we'd done Trey Hendrickson over Myles Garrett, we could have had it in the AFC North too.
All the edge rushers all the athletic white players play edge rush tight end.
That's true. That's true.
These are locks.
Yeah, I got two locks here. I'll talk through them. Franklin Myers, Allen, Chris Jones, Derek Nottie, Christian Wilkins, Tyree Wilson, Morgan Fox, Boone Ford. It's Jones and Wilkins, right?
Boone Ford and Zach Allen.
Shout out Tyree Wilson for being an interior guy now. Apparently.
Thank God we didn't do that.
That would have been bad. I wasn't
happy with Spoon, but then people were like, why are you taking O-line or D-line 2 years in a row?
Yeah. So we got Singleton, Barton, we got Bolton and Tranquil. Got Spillane and Diablo. We got Denzel Perryman, Dion Henley. I think there's one lock. There's one
Robert
lock.
Spillane was really good last year.
He was. So my one lock is Nick Bolton.
Honestly, I'd go Tranquil.
Really? Bolton's like the dude there. Tranquil's just kind of his sidekick.
Tranquil.
All right, Daniel,
I'm going
chime in
Cody
here.
Barton.
Cody Barton. You said it. He was also on my list. He gets 2 votes. He's number 1.
No.
And
Cody Barton.
poor Broncos, man.
This is gonna be a rough year for the
I
Bears.
actually
They're
no, I
gonna be
kind of
really
agree.
bad.
I agree with Rob though. I thought Spillane had a good season. I think we could put him as one of the two. Then I'd
There
probably
again.
go with Nick Bolton.
All right, there we go. I think those are going to be my 2 too. Although Denzel Perryman also had a good year there. I was going to give him a shout out. I can't argue with that though, since both those guys got 2 votes. All right, here we go. All right, corners: Surtain, Wallace,
I got mine too.
McMillian, McDuffie, Watson, Williams, Jones, Bennett, Hobbs, Sante Samuel, Christian Fulton, or Jasir Taylor. This is pretty obvious too, right? It's Surtain and McDuffie.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Alrighty. Safeties. We got Jones and Stearns. We got Cook and Reed. We got Epps and Merrick. We got Gilman and James.
Derwin James.
Yeah,
Derwin James is one of them for sure. Not a great safety division outside of those 2, though. Shoot, it might be both Chargers guys, honestly. Merrick's solid. Both Justin Reed's good. Justin Reed is good. I might go Reed.
You know, while the Chiefs are carried by Mahomes, they have around them.
Especially on defense. And O-line. Are we all right with Reed here?
Yeah, I'm good with Reed.
All right. There we go. So let's see. So with the 5th DB, Wallace, Jones, Stearns, McMillian, Watson, Cook, Joshua Williams, Jack Jones, Ja'Cory Bennett, Mark Epps.
Wait, no. I was thinking of Nate Hobbs. I confused the 2.
Yeah, no, I think Nate Hobbs is a good option here. I think even Caden Stearns is a good option. Asante Samuel Jr. is a good option. I think it's really between Samuel, Hobbs. I don't think Stearns. So I think it's between Samuel and Hobbs. All right, Daniel, you're tiebreaker.
You go Nate Hobbs.
All right, there we go.
Hop ahead.
All right, kicker. This one won't be controversial. We got Will Lutz, got Harrison Butker.
Oh
who's
boy,
definitely not in the news for anything.
I
right
cannot
now.
believe you're like bring back masculinity in your fucking kicker.
We got Daniel Carlson. We got Cameron Dicker.
He's just a weirdo. Just
give me Daniel Carlson.
Daniel Carlson's
That's
really good. Yeah, Daniel Carlson's really good. Oops.
Yeah, the Chiefs have some interesting names in their special teams.
Yeah,
oh my
what a special
God.
teams unit here.
Jeez.
Dixon, Ariza, Cole, and J.K. Scott.
You know what? Just to be funny, I'm gonna say Riley Dixon because the Broncos punt all the time.
He's got that mile high.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's not a bad argument, honestly. That's not a bad argument against. All right, head coach. Honestly, all this will probably go to the Chiefs, but I'll say it anyways. We got Peyton, Reed, Pierce, and Harbaugh.
Honestly, the only one I don't want to go to the Chiefs is Matt Nagy.
Yeah, Nagy, that one. But I mean, that one's like kind of.
You're up against Joe Lombardi, Luke Getsy, and Greg Roman. That's people who got fired.
Here, man.
It's a rough OC division. Garbage. It's a really rough OC division.
3 of these guys have been fired within the last 2 years.
Yeah. However, only one of them won a Super Bowl last year.
And it's not the one who
Yeah, I
got
was gonna
fired,
say,
so I
like,
guess we got to give it to him.
you
He
gotta go
won.
back, man.
He's winning this one by default.
Yeah, that's a win by default right
I will say
there.
though, Spags, really, really good DC.
Oh
He-
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
The other three of them are very good.
This is a good DC division.
It is.
It's the
It
opposite of the
really
OCs.
is.
And then GM, that one's
One of them is
pretty
not like the
obvious.
others though for DC.
Yeah. There you go. There we go. Strike through. Gray out.
We did it.
We did it. That's the
I'm
AFC. That's the AFC. Every AFC or all the AFC division teams have been created. They have been made. They are beautiful. Later this week, we will go over to the NFC and we will be putting Byron Murphy II as the NFC West's quarterback. Spoiler
And running
alert.
back.
Okay,
and receiver.
I'm not okay. If you
and
guys
tight
are
end.
saying me saying he looked good is me being a big ass homer, when he did look good in that clip I sent,
I
you
wasn't
guys are just
saying
being
that.
haters.
I wasn't saying I'm not being a hater of Byron Murphy. I like Byron Murphy a lot. I just like making the joke. I just like making
Wait,
the
go
joke.
up a little bit. Stop. There's Brad Holmes.
There's Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes' name is
Brad
right
Holmes
there.
spotting.
So good.
Should we close out with a picture of Brad Holmes?
Yes.
You gotta have a super zoomed up picture of Brad Holmes as the thumbnail for next week.
Looks like such a gentleman in this photo.
Hey Beau, you gotta make the draft reaction as short as soon.
What a gentleman.
There we go. There's Brad. Why is it so like blurry? I want like a very high res picture. I want like a super high res. Let me see. Can I open this image? Open.
And he's executive VP, bro. He's got it made.
What a guy. What a
This
guy.
gentleman
There's Brad
has
Holmes.
it made, fellas.
There's Brad Holmes right there, boys. All right. There you go. There's the AFC all-division teams. That was fun. We got the NFC divisions coming up on Thursday. So there you go. That's it for tonight's West Coast Draft podcast. Appreciate everyone who tuned in. Closing thoughts, Mr. Daniel.
Brad Holmes. Go Oilers.
Closing thoughts, Mr. Rob.
I'm trying to think of a good joke. One of us wins best coordinator by default. All of us win best coordinator by default. One of us looks like. All of us look like. One of us subscribe. All of us subscribe. Thanks for watching.
There you go. And just on the topic of Matt Nagy winning things by default, he also won a Super Bowl by default. So there you go. All right. Thanks for watching, folks. Drive